Good morning, guys. I mean, good evening, guys. Let's see. Still getting the last few things set up. Hopefully, we'll be ready for the Tokyo Open. Tokyo. Go live there. Right. All right. We'll bring gold over here too for anybody who want to watch gold. Gold looks like it's going crazy this evening. For anybody following gold, the metals market has been insane lately. I don't know how much movement we're going to get this evening. Right now, we're kind of on a long bias. It looks like we ran those PM lows, and now we're just kind of, we could possibly rerun this whole move up to the top. So I'm hoping once that 8 o'clock hits, we'll get a little bit of bump here. Still getting a few things set up, guys, so just give me a minute. Hopefully everybody had a decent trading day. We had a pretty good trading day. We were break even on two fundeds, but for most part, we were green on two. So it was a decent funded day. Give it a minute there. Like I said, no hurries. So what we're waiting on tonight is we kind of want to see the there's 3-star news in the Japan market tonight, starting at 9 o'clock. So we will definitely be on here till 10 o'clock. Just like I said, we kind of want to see what happens with the numbers tonight. I'm hoping we just kind of go straight up. I guess we will see. We've already taken multiple trades this evening. This is probably the third or fourth trade we've taken since the 600s. We've been trading these pullbacks, so we've been kind of just pulling fib. So basically what we're doing, every time we pull back, we would just pull fib and see what kind of pullback we're going to get. So this one gave 60. So I knew I wasn't going to take this one. So what it is, we waited for this pullback here. So then what you do is you pull fib from this leg. So if we're going to stay bullish. Wrong way. So then we waited for it to kind of pull back into discount. We got long down here. So right now, overall, let's see where we're at on this account. We're up 222 total, but we did take some losses and wins, so we were just kind of adding. So it looks like we're maybe up 130 overall. All right, Tokyo market's open, so hopefully we get a nice little run here. Or what we can do is hopefully in a minute we'll get another pullback, and this way we can add. So we can pull fib. I can't tell if that's a pullback. If it is, it's very small. I mean, it looks like one, but like I said, it's pretty small. So maybe, I guess we could count that as a pullback there. So what we're going to be targeting is the, I'll show you what we're targeting to the upside. If you're looking for a target, we'll bring the targets over. So kind of what we want to target is 714 up here, but I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna target the bottom of all these wicks, but I think by the end of the night this is where we're going. We're going to rerun this PM high session up at the possible the 700s, but what we're going to do is we're just going to take our profit at the bottom of all these wicks. Unless we get some kind of pullback where we can add. So that's kind of what we'd like to see. But, you know, liking and seeing is two different things, I guess. How was everybody else's trading today? If you're just joining us during the daytime, usually we're trading on the good old Ninja Trader. And in the evening, I haven't been trading in the evenings in a while. Just like so blah time I get home from work. I just hadn't been motivated after trading in the morning. I don't know about the rest of you, but it's tough to trade this market. Not a fan at all. Man, it's like we're going to get the 81 so quick here that I'm going to be sitting on the sideline. Well, we'll let it hit the 81. If we get another pullback, what we'll do is add. We could get some rejection here at the 75, so... Okay, here comes that 75 rejection. A lot of wicks in this area here. So you can see we hit this down wick right here. Man. Almost want to follow the wicks. Come back and retest the 62s. If this can create a wick, what's up, D? If this can create a wick, I almost want to move my order up to that 715. But I'm not sure how hard it's going to be to get through all this mess here. So right here on this pullback, you want to see the 60s hold. So this would be from this previous leg right here. What's up, Solo? How are you doing? We are doing pretty good tonight. So far, we got some nice little volatility here in the Asia market. So you don't get this a whole lot. So oh. Like I said, we want to see 62 hold up here. So like I said, this was that last leg here. So basically, I mean, we can even maybe possible add here. So this could be our first consolidation candle in the 5-minute. So what you want to see, if we get this kind of candle, that means that we're probably going to stay bullish. So what you'll do is you'll see this candle print small body red with 2 big wicks. And then this next candle print will try to push down, but as long as it doesn't break this previous candle, it'll stay bullish. Then what'll happen if we get hit the 42? So what we'll have to do is to see if we can get back above that 715. If we get above that 715 before we get off at that 10 o'clock hour, we will go straight long and hold it into the London. Someone said gold dump. Did gold dump? Woo! Look at the gold. Gold just did somebody dirty. What did gold dump? 50 point? Oh, wait, no, 70, almost 30 points. No, almost 40 points. Whoa. That's nasty. That's a nasty dump if you don't have no stop loss. What is that, like a $4,000 dump here with 1 mini? Ugh. Has anybody been trading silver? I heard silver's been insane too, but I don't even dare to dip my toe in that crazy mess. Anybody in here trading silver and gold tonight? All right, so this candle right here, guys, this is kind of where you want to see. You don't want to see this candle right here back below 66. You can see it must have hit these wicks here. All right, see how it's getting really close? You just want it to kind of just be right there at it, then start pushing. You just don't want to see it get below this. If this thing continues moving up, we may take our stop loss there and see if we can get a little bit more out of this. So So as long as this area holds here, I think we're going to look for 92 instead of the 82. You're trading silver? Nice. How are you doing in that silver market, man? That stuff has been insane lately, Solo. Gold just took a nasty dump, Solo. Did silver do the same? Let's check on silver. Let's see how silver's doing. Let's see if silver took the nasty dump like as what the gold did. Dirty. Let's see here. I think silver's SL or S. There it is. Silver's fusers. There it is. Yeah, silver's, dude, that's crazy. Silver's about to hit $100, guys. Our electronics about to go through the moon. Dude, you know there's some folks hedging the crap out of this commodity market with the metals market. All right, so we're not going to at least let this thing come all the way back on us. So we'll at least take 20 points out of this. We can watch silver too. So we can watch silver. We can switch over to gold. So anybody trading silver or gold this evening, or just solos? Are you in a trade, Solo? So right now I have my stop loss moved up to 62. I'd rather just pull fib on this whole candle and look to where we could pull back and then just re-enter with the micro or re-enter back in it. Come on, here we go. So it's still, if you see that wick has still not broke this candle right here. So as long as that wick holds up, it is still very bullish. Yeah, 50%. It's all the way back to 50 here. So if we can create another little dummy box here to find resistance, so it looks like this, because this is a order block here. Candle. We got it basically a bullish candle, bearish candle with a bullish candle. So it put in a little order block here. So let's see if we can put in another order block here and move higher. All right, sorry, Solo, I missed your message there. I moved my chats around. What are you gonna like send text? I mean, charts or something, Solo? Woo. Man. I don't know how much it's going to take us to get through this crap up here. Man, this thing looks like it's on a mission. It could be one of these deals where we go straight up for the next hour and a half. It's like, man, do I just keep moving this thing up? Because I feel like even if we push up, we can create another little bull flag. We would probably just pull back to the 75, 76 then to continue higher. Because I feel like that 715. I'm not sure about my phone number. Like, I guess, I don't know. I guess I've never had no one ask for my phone number online, so I don't know the reply there. Are you wanting to send me like text for or pictures of your trades or something? Or would you like to just share stuff like in a Discord? Like I have a Discord where we share stuff at. I would probably prefer to do that. Let's see. And I can just put in my Discord link. That's pretty much where most of us all share like our trades and stuff. Is in the Discord. Let's see. Do you have a Discord, Solo? Mm-hmm. So what we're going to do is target 92. And then what we'll do is just kind of wait and see what happens at the whole number up here. Then I will consider another long later tonight if we find support above 715. Yes, 715. So what we're going to do is we're going to look for the 715s right here. So we'll target the 792s. That'll be a 50-point trade. And then what we'll do is wait and see if we can break the 719s. The only thing I don't like about it is that we could get stuck at the 730s. So we're pretty much rerunning these wicks that we from this morning. Are you talking about? I just don't usually share my phone number online solo. I'm sorry. I don't mind doing communication through Discord if you want to join Discord, but personal number, because I don't usually really talk on my phone with anybody. Man, the only person I really talk on the phone with is basically the wife and Methodical Man. If you know Methodical Man. That's like I just don't do the whole phone thing. But I mean, I don't mind like communication. Like I said, if you want to start a Discord and come into the Discord where we're all sharing and talking about trading and stuff. Thank you, Solo. So, like I said, we'll be here till micro silver. Who are you trading the micro silver with, Brown Ninja? Top Step X is allowing y'all to do micros on the Ninja. Okay. I'll have to let people know that if someone's asking. I've been kind of curious myself. How well have you been doing on silver? Have you passed any accounts, like your Top Step account or anything, from trading silver? It says 2.5 a tick hurts a lot less. I'd imagine. I'd imagine so. I heard people get wrecked really fast, get wrecked pretty quickly on that silver. Same with gold, man. Gold is. Did you see gold while ago had like a freaking 40-point drop at 8 o'clock? I think I think silver did too. No, silver didn't have that, not too big of a drop. Where's that 7 o'clock candle? No, okay. Silver didn't have that big of a drop like I thought it did. Dude, silver is about to hit $100, man. This is insane. What's up, man? Are you in a trade right now, Brown Ninja? I gotta take one of these headsets off. I see myself yelling. About to hit take profit. Nice. Heck yeah. Where did you get long at? Like, how do you, like, is it this breakout here that you bought? I have yet to take any trades on silver, so I've never even looked at silver. I've been looking at silver and gold because a lot of people have been talking about it, so I just sit here and watch it. Maybe if you want to watch it this way, I can pull it up for anybody that's trading silver and gold. So this was that. Look at this nasty drop at opening on gold, man. If you didn't have a stop loss on this, you would have got wrecked. This thing dropped from 70 all the way down to almost 35 points, man. The bottom fell out. That's one mini. 35 points. That's $3,500. That's just insane. So right now, guys, we have been long since 42. So right now we have our stop loss kind of sitting at the bottom of this pullback here. So we at least got locked in almost 23 points. So we're kind of hoping that this will hold up and we can hit that 90. But I don't know. We still could get a 50% pullback. It looks like this is looking pretty. If you, oh, yeah, whatever that was. What the hell? What the hell? That was BS. Come on. If you pull fib on this, let's see where the 50% is, our discount here. So technically you would want to see a trade all the way back to either the 50. Maybe we can do another micro trade at the 50. And if it pulls back even farther, don't really want it to get it too far back in here, but it easily could. What you do is you kind of look for your legs on the pullback. So you would think the 50 would be the pullback here. Or even to clear in this gap. You got this big gap here. We could fill in this gap. So, oh well, guys. It took me out. I don't know. We still got about 23 points, but I'm pretty sure we didn't get the whole thing because that was a pretty fast wick. So, oh shoot. You can see we also, this is why one reason I was buying into the long this evening. This was a nice little 5-minute trend line that we had built up pretty much all this evening from the sell-off starting about, what, 1 o'clock today. So just a nice 5-minute trend line. We broke that trend line. We got kind of long after it created this little square right here. And so when it started moving up like this, we kind of got long around the 40s on this trade here. So that's where that entry came from. So the trend line breaks work really well in the evening on this slow market. It just seems like it's even like these little 5-minute bear flags, bull flags. It's kind of like if you're trading I've heard that even works well on the gold and silver. If you do those little 5-minute trend line pullbacks and look for a little breakout. So like this right here would have been a nice example where you got the nice little 2 red candles. You draw a little trend line break. I even take these in a New York session, man. I find these things work quite a bit. You just want to make sure overall that your overall move is in discount. So that's kind of what I look at whenever we take these type of moves. So are we oversold or undersold? So if you pull fib. So right now this would be kind of like discount if you pull the whole move on the outer leg here. So you would pull from here all the way to here. Or you can go from here. Or I guess this would be actually the first leg right here. You can see it pulled back into discount, which is considered your golden pocket between 60 and 70%. Then we had another sell down. So then you would pull here to here. I think, that don't look right. So, I think it's this one. So, I think it's supposed to be reversed here. go. So this is the top. This one's the bottom. So now you're kind of, you pretty much ran the 100% of this, but when you took this trade, these two little things, they were back into premium. So this would be kind of considered discount area for pullback. Then to kind of, I've noticed in the nighttime, a lot of times the 50% moves usually work the best. And usually if it doesn't break over like the 23% of the pullback, that just means whatever position that we're running, they'll pretty much stay in control. So if you can't get below the 23% while moving up, so more likely the bulls are going to stay in control. So then it looks like we're just kind of bumping this leg here. I was hoping that this would work, that's why I had my stop loss right below this, because I thought this right here would help us hold up. But whatever this crazy freaking 20-point wick back to the downside kind of got us. Is anybody in a position right now? Or is everybody sitting on the sideline? My small account is up 200 last 7 days. Yeah, that's pretty nice, David, that you're doing that well in options, man. That's pretty good. Sorry if I missed your message there, David. I heard a lot of people come through here and say they do really well in the options. I've never really messed with the options. So this would be the bottom of this leg here. So like I said, I'm not going to be interested in a trade unless we can, man, it's almost like feels like you could take a short up here around the 700s just because there's so many wicks. But I think what we're going to do is just wait and see if we can run the 710s or the 715s. All right, we'll listen to some music in the background. Like I said, man, this stuff's gotten kind of slow. Give me 1 minute, looking for some music to listen to. Has anybody got any trades to share? So right now we've already taken our trade, so all we can do is just kind of sit here and watch, guys. I really would have liked to add it on this, but like I said, I hate that we got stopped out on this because I really wanted us to hit like the 92s. I still feel like we're going to get the 92s. So this is probably just going to be a sideways consolidation. Then once we break out of this box, we're probably going to continue to the upside. We had a really nice trade today. If you go back and look at the channel, the streaming from this morning, we caught a really nice short. And we pretty much told everybody the levels. I mean, but at the end of the day, you have to push the button. So let's see if we can find it. Like I said, it was from this morning. Let's see here. Dun, dun, dun. Nope. We're looking for that trade, guys. So this is the trade that we called out from this morning here. So we got short on this wick here. So this is pretty much the same thing where we were talking about. So the same kind of thing, what we were saying a lot of times. if you get this big wick candle with a small body, and if this candle cannot break back above this previous swing here, it's going to continue down. So this is all we were waiting on. So as soon as I saw that this candle could not push back above this wick, we pretty much placed our order around the 70, 75 area. This was during the New York session this morning. Then what we're going to do is, if it did push up, we're going to use the whole numbers, because we had the bottom of the 15-minute candle here, and we had all this consolidation right here. So I was pretty sure that we were going to probably end up pushing down. And especially 71 was my short this morning. And also, this is why we had this put here, because this is the previous day high. So I have also noticed anytime that we lose the previous day high, that we're almost going to go down 50, 60 points. So this candle literally takes us out within seconds the time it gets going. It ended up being like a freaking bear freight train this morning. This would have been our very first trade this morning. Since we're just kind of waiting on the market to move here, let me see where we're at. Yeah, it's still stuck. So, all right, so we're about to hit that previous day high. So that's kind of what our first target was. So almost not quite 20 points, but pretty close to 20 points on the first trade. For some reason, it got to the point where it was just kind of consolidating in this area this morning. So that was our first target. We went to break even because we were whipping around pretty hard this morning. But I knew as soon as we lost this 53 level that it was just going to be straight downtown, because it was the same trade setup as yesterday. Or this might be the first one I got stopped out and I re-entered. I can't remember. No, it's not. No, it's not. That was the first. This is my second entry. So I entered this same trade on this same exact candle here, but it whipped back out and stopped me out. But this next one, once it loses at 53, it pretty much just dumps. And see, I missed this same exact trade yesterday because I was like, if you're going to short, this would be the spot to short around this previous day high. Because I've noticed anytime that we push above previous day high or previous day close, it'll just dump like that. And if you're not in it, you're missing it. But luckily this morning, this actually gave another nice setup. So it'll print here in a minute and it goes back up and retests that previous day high. And you could have re-entered there, but we didn't. Let's see if we... So this is the retest candle right here. See how we retested the previous day high? Then we ended up just dumping. All right, so we'll take this off. I was just showing since we're kind of moving slowly here. So that was this morning's kind of breakdown of what we were looking for. Our short levels were 71 in that 53 level of the previous day high. So those were the ones that we took this morning during the New York session. Usually during the New York session, we're trading Bulinox and Apex on the Ninja charts. And in the evenings, like I said, I haven't really been trading these count a whole bunch, but these are lifetime accounts, so I don't really have to be in a hurry. I still feel like the move is to the upside. This is just going to be a sideways consolidation. So for some reason, I used to hate these, but the more and more that I've been trading, I don't actually mind these. So basically what this is, it's basically the same thing as kind of like a little bear flag or bull flag. So basically what it is, you get big movement, consolidate sideways, then in a minute you're going to get the breakout because you have all of this right here that we have to take out. You have to wait till you're eligible. And it also depends on what prop firm you're with, Michael. Usually whenever you're eligible, it'll tell you that you're eligible, and then it'll let you request. So with Buell & Ox, you have to get to 3,600 on the 50Ks. Apex 2,600, I think. And for the 15K or the 25Ks on Apex, it's 15 or 1,600. I'm hoping the next payout I'm able to request is going to be on Buell & Ox. We're about halfway there right now, so I'm hoping next month is the goal. So we got to make $3,600, and we're sitting at $1,500 on one of the highest end and $900 on another. So, oh goodness. How did your trading go today, Michael? Do you have a pretty decent day trading today? And another thing that I haven't been doing is I haven't been trading no evals, guys. So I may buy eval tonight because I've been watching gold quite a bit, and I've been considered trading gold, but I'm not sure. I would try silver, but silver's been insane lately. You've been thinking about a payout sooner than what I was waiting to. Yeah, so this is not like my main source of income or anything. So like I said, I still work. I still have our investment property, and my wife also runs a salon business. So this is not really the main source of income. I don't really make a livable wage. At least not yet in my trading journey from trading and streaming. I think it puts too much pressure on you if you strictly own trading. If you're able to do this without investing tons of money and make a little money on the sides, that's how I try to look at it. So I don't put that stress on me. Because that's a lot of stress to put on yourself. Even if you think about most of the people you see online, most of the people you see online are mostly making all their money through affiliates. And most of them will tell you that. I'm not saying all will, but most of them will. Well, hopefully you're not stuck in a trade here, because this would suck. Because what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 candles. That's 45 minutes of 5-minute candles. So just waiting for some kind of breakout here. Hopefully this doesn't consolidate sideways all the way tonight, because the one reason why I was so interested to get on here to trade tonight is because tonight we have 3-star news at 9 o'clock. Unfortunately, that's like an hour and 15 minutes away. I don't know if anybody's ever been on here for Japan's no institution experience. Hugo, just learning like everybody else in this process for the last 2 years. It's definitely a long process. I've only been doing it full time for 2 years. Like everybody else, you just kind of have to find out what works for you. I like trading a lot of breakouts with pullbacks with Fibonacci, looking for support and resistance. So I kind of pointed out the trade that we took this morning during the AM session, and that's basically what that was. So I basically will tell everybody in the morning, say, hey, I'm looking for a short below 71. So 71 was my short area this morning, and 53 was definitely my dump. So nice on passing your first eval there, Joseph. Who did you pass it with? Yeah, if you start Apex, nice. Yeah, if you start having bad moments of trading, man, just uh like I'm not sure how like if you're over leveraging, like if you're trading large caps, like large contracts. But a lot of times, man, if I feel like I'm struggling, I'll just go back to trading an eval and won't even trade my funded. So sometimes I'll take a few weeks away from fundeds just because I'm trading horribly. What do you think about the I don't know a whole lot about the were you talking about like just random chart noise, like all that the movement in between like levels? So like if you're looking for a level, don't really pay attention to all the ups and downs and moves in between. Is that what that means? But Joseph, that's what I do whenever I struggle with my fundeds is I'll take a break from them and go back to just trading the eval for. So what I'll do is go back to trading like an eval for a week and get back like that confidence. Because if you lose your confidence when you're trading your fundeds, it will just make trading miserable because it feels like every trade's a losing trade. I know what you mean. Everybody goes through it. I don't see how people don't go through it. Lately, I don't even have it. This is the only evals I have is through my Padeas accounts. So lately, like for the last 2 weeks, I've been strictly trading fundeds only. Yeah, there days were. If you can be patient, like this is one thing that I've learned, like if you I'm not sure what strategy you use, but a lot of times like during these slower markets, like even in the morning when it slows down, if you can wait for a trend to happen where you can start getting these pullbacks like this. So basically what you're doing is you wait for us to make either a low or high. Then if we start moving back, so you wait for that first initial move back up, you pull fib on this. This is how we entered all these our trades this evening. And then what you're doing to make sure that we're going to stay bullish, you're either looking for some kind of pullback, even though this is still kind of considered premium for this leg. But fortunately for this leg, we pull back into discount. So you see the 60%, this is going to hold up. And this is where your stop loss would go. So if you want to have the correct stop loss, it has to go at the bottom of the swing. So no matter where you enter at in this area, wherever how you enter, your stop loss has to go here. And then, unfortunately, we didn't get a lot of pullbacks. I want to say this was the next pullback here, which was very small. So you only got a 20% pullback on this next one. As you can see, it was a small pullback, but it was only about 38% of this previous leg. And it was a 2-candle little bear flag or bull flag. So for anybody that likes to draw bull flags and bear flags, and a lot of times I wouldn't trade these on my fundeds, but I have been lately, and I haven't really, they've been working. You know, a lot of times what I'll do is look for 10 points and just get out. Look for 10 points in a runner. So I'd have my 10 points, look for 10 points, then whatever my runner gets, and look for a target to the upside. Or I also use So I kind of wanted to target, let's see. This is what I wanted to target whenever I was in this trade. This is why I was debating. I wanted to target those 717s. I feel like by the end of the night, we're going to at least get up to here. So this would be your PM high session. And so a lot of times this is what I'm using for my targets when we are in trades. So you can see this when we open, we pretty much pulled down to the bottom of the PM low. So we wicked below it, then it was just pretty much straight up since then. And that was down in what, 83. So that was 100 points ago. Unfortunately, I wish I did take the trade down there, but we did not. We waited for this pullback to start taking trades. I thought if we broke the 84s, whatever, I thought that we would run the 536s, but we just didn't get down there. Ooh, gold, man. I've messed with gold on a sim account before, but dude, did you see the nasty drop gold had a while ago? Joseph, or Joseph. Is that Joseph? Yeah, Joseph. Look at this nasty 40-point drop that gold had when the Asia opened. It was insane. Dude, if you didn't have a stop loss like on this with one mini, that was like $4,000. It chopped your ass up. That's a good one. Yeah. I looked over, it's because someone's like, gold's dumping. And they're like, it fell 40 points. I was like, holy crap, man. Someone just got destroyed if they didn't have a stop loss. Silver to the moon, man. Look at silver. I heard silver's been insane lately. Dude, I know people like the fact that silver's going crazy, but dude, the silver cost is going to drive up all of our electronics down the road. I feel like we're going to be like, why does that TV cost so much? Or why does our phones cost so much? Because silver's freaking $100 an ounce. Oh, it's going to be insane. I almost wish I owned more silver. I think like 2 or 3 years ago, I bought like 10 ounces of silver and like 10-ounce coins. So I think when I bought them, they were probably worth $375 the time you paid spot. So now they're worth $900 to $1,000 with spot price if this thing hits $100, which is not like I plan on selling, but I had no intentions to really ever sell whenever I bought it. It was just to buy them to hold forever. All right, let me look up what that means. Usually that's a short-term price. Oh, okay. So like just like quick support and resistance, Hugo, where you can just take like quick points like. So I do stuff like that, what you're saying, but a lot of times I'll do it on the hourly chart, like higher time frames. So a lot of times what I'll do is we'll go over to the hourly candle and we will look for down wicks. So let's see if we can find, so right now we're at the bottom of this wick. So you're going to keep hitting these wicks all the way up. So 703 looks like a good spot for a nice little 5 or 10 point reversal. And it's the bottom there. Oh, that was from earlier today. I don't know. I feel like it's going to take us a while to get there. Yeah, I didn't even know Apex allowed you. Well, I knew Apex. Does Apex allow you to trade silver? Does anybody know that? Yeah, there's just no way I can switch in between. They do? Okay. I wasn't sure. Do they allow you to trade micros, Jackson? Thank you, Joseph. Have a good evening. Yeah, I knew a lot of the prop firms were limiting if you could trade micros in silver or not. I know a lot of them you only could do minis. Yeah, have a good evening, Joseph. Good luck trading gold. I gotta look for something. Okay. So, guys, what we're waiting for, unfortunately, is still an hour away. Is the 3-star news for the Japan market. So if you go over to, let's see here. So go over to tools, select your economic calendar. So what we're waiting on is, I want to say this. Wait. Today. All right. Way down here. All right. So basically, the Japan is their interest rate decision. I'm not sure what kind of what that's going to do to the Asia market this evening, but hopefully you'll get a little volatility put in it and get a nice run. So that's kind of what we're waiting on to see what happens this evening. I guess never really thought much about it as far as moving to a fundamental. So this may be the breakout of the consolidation zone that we were just in. It took long enough. It pretty much consolidated in this area for like an hour. Kind of considering the a short off the 700 up there, or 703 where we got that our marker put. There's a 1 hour downward candle up there. Yeah, usually trading this time of the night, I try to keep it super simple. Just trading off, like, mostly I like to either trade off support and resistance, pullbacks, or higher time frames. Just super simple, nothing too complicated, and looking for scalps. The BOJ should not change. Aw. I was hoping to see some like nice boner candle, like this big, like, you know, whatever happens, you know, I wanted to see like this big, nice, like 20, 30 point candle. I know we weren't going to get like the nice 100-point candle like we do during, you know, interest rate decisions from, you know, when Jerome Powell does his or the U.S. does theirs. But man, I was hoping at least for a little bit. Come on. We're hoping for a little excitement. I don't think I've ever been on here when Japan releases their interest rate decisions, so I wasn't even sure. Oh, man. Disappointing. Yeah, I hate that I got stopped out. I really wanted to stay in this trade. I really wanted to I would like to have got the whole 50 points or even target the 715s. Because usually once I get stopped out, there's no way to re-enter because our entry was way back down in the 40s and 30s. Thank you, Hugo. Have a good evening. Hey, thanks for sharing information. Yeah, I'll have to look into that. You said look at the RBC. Let me put that over here so I don't forget. Let's see, RBC. You said it's called the 26 investment thing. All right. I got it pulled up over here. This way, when I get offline, we'll take a look at it. How's everybody else's evening going this evening? Is anybody any kind of gold trade, silver trade, ES trade, NASDAQ trade? So we did get some nice movement this evening in the Asia market. Right now, we're just kind of stuck consolidating. So there's not really a lot to do here. It's not really offering up any more entries. If you pretty much didn't get this entry on the pullback, you're pretty much just jumping in. I don't like any kind of longs, and we may get it later tonight. So basically what you want to see is to find support above the 17 and see if we can continue higher from there, or even 15. So push above 15, come back, retest this area. This way you're retesting all these wicks and support levels and all the support level over here. And we continue higher. As you can see, this was kind of the high from this morning for the New York AM session before we just had a massive dump off here. So it was some pretty good trading this morning. Thank you guys for hitting the like and subscribe button this evening. So far this evening, we're up 142. I'm pretty sure, see, total, well, I think because we took like a loss, I'm thinking maybe that's why. Either that, I just got hammered in fees. I'm not really sure what's going on there. Yeah, because we started out at 605 in this account and we're up 748. So we have to get to $1,500. So we're about halfway there. And the same with the other. So, but like I said, there's just not really anything for us to do but just sit here and just kind of wait. So this is the only crappy part about the Asia market, guys. If you missed a trade or if it already happened, it's so hard to jump in this because you're just consolidating so slowly. So you just have to wait for us to break that next level to the upside. And that's going to be 715. So we still need about, what, 40 points. I mean, that's a lot in the Asian market. So unfortunately, we could spend all night and not even make it above that 715. It could just be like flat here for the rest of the night until, say, midnight, whenever you get closer to the London session. We can check tomorrow's, see what the investment for tomorrow's news. We had some nice news this morning, kind of made the market move. So I use investing.com for my news. I just go to tools, select economic calendar. Let's go to the tomorrow, which will be Friday the 23rd. We do have a little bit of news. We have the S&P Global Services PMI tomorrow morning at 8:45, or I don't know if this is on Central or Eastern time. I think it's on my time, but I'm not positive. So if this is in Central time here, I don't think it is. I think this is Eastern time. So tomorrow before the market open, we'll get a little bit of news thrown in there. So we'll see what happens. Just be careful if you're trading. What's up, Jose? How are you doing this evening? Have you taken any trades or have you been just kind of sitting on the sideline? We may give us another, say, 20 minutes, and if it hasn't moved, we may call it a night instead of just kind of just sitting here consolidating sideways. That's the only thing about trading the Asia market, man. You get that one little window to try to catch that trade, and if you miss it, it's already gone. And then you'll have to wait till closer to the London session. I don't know. I've already done my trade, man. Like, I hate that it got me stopped out over here, Methodical Man, because I was long from 42, or I was long from 40. So we ended up taking 20 points. I was looking for 40 points because I figured we would probably run those PM highs up there at 715s. What's up, Papa? We're pretty much already done trading. We already took our entry for the night. We got long back down here at the 40s. I'm just pretty much just sitting here just watching paint dry. Can I share that tool that I've been painting with or printing with? Sure. How have you been, Papa? Yeah, we're just watching candles print sideways. Oh, goodness. I haven't traded much Asia this week. I've been meaning to get on here in the evenings. I'm not a big fan of trading the Asia market. I only get on because I know there's quite a bit of quite a few more viewers in the evenings that I can get to my channel compared to the New York session. Oh, dirty old methodical man. Japan has the smaller. I don't know. Oh, you guys are being silly. No, it's been pretty good lately. I can't complain. We've been green every day this week. We had 2 accounts that we kind of broke even on this morning on my Apex accounts, but the Bewleys have been good so far. So we've been trading nothing but funded accounts lately. We've been just kind of staying away from evals. So the last couple of weeks have been pretty good. I haven't really traded much the Asia market this week. It's really tough for me to trade Asia, man. This stuff is just creeping. So, and honestly, I mean, we did have a good move. I mean, we got a 100-point move in the Asia market this evening. So basically all we did is we pretty much ran this previous wick, and which was the New York PM low. And now we're just kind of going straight up. I would imagine that we at least clear the 715s this evening. That's what I was looking for us to clear out this evening, was the 715s. It would have been, this is silver, so we won't pay attention to silver. So you can see this is where we opened at right here. Pretty much went down, cleared out the new PM session. Then it's just pretty much been up all night. And we didn't really get in this position here until we got this pullback here. So we took a long off of this area, took profit. Then we took another long on this pullback, and we got long, I want to say around this candle up here around the 40s. We ended up having our stop loss sitting there at 66, and whatever this crazy wick here, we had a little nasty little almost 20-point wick that stopped us out. So that's how we got stopped out of our trade this evening. Now we're just chilling and watching with the rest of you guys. What are you trading, Otto? Thank you guys for the likes and subscribes tonight. I definitely do appreciate it. For the YouTube channel, we are definitely trying to get to that 1,000 subs. For anybody that can slap the subscribe button on the YouTube side. Much appreciated. What's up, Honda? How are you doing tonight? What are you in any of you guys in a trade, or have you been trading tonight, Honda, or have you just been watching price action? Or do you even trade the Asia market? No. No, we don't do any calls or puts. I think I have done I've done very little option trading. I couldn't tell you a lot about that, Papa, when it comes to option tradings. The only thing that I've ever done with options, right, is that's what calls and puts are, right? Options. So the only thing that I've ever done with that is basically where I made money off of premiums. So basically, I would find a stock that I didn't have to spend a whole lot of money on, but I can just constantly just recycle it until I just finally, lose it. So I think I've made about $400 or $500 whenever I did it. I didn't do it for too long, and it was I was just making my money off the premiums. I wasn't really making any money like the big money that you can make on options. So I was just taking little bitty money from here and there. I think I only lost my shares one time, and that's because they went up one time. Every other time that I put them up there, they always went down. And so most of the time people just close out of their options, and I just got to keep my shares plus the premium. And then I just put them back up again. I want to say I lost them when they went up like $1 or $1.50 or something. I can't remember how much they went up, but whenever they went up, they called it. And so, but it's all good. You pretty much, if you do options, you pretty much get your money back for your shares. You just don't get whatever future profit that's, comes from it. I guess if you trade it, for anybody else that doesn't know this, yeah. So you just lose your future gains. But I didn't do it a whole bunch. It was very, very short lived for me. And I couldn't tell you why I stopped or anything like that. I just know that I don't know if I did it after I lost the shares. I can't remember. It's been quite a few years ago. I mean, I'm talking about this was probably maybe even 5 years ago. Yeah, I've been looking at the gold session, but I haven't taken any trades. That stuff's been pretty wild, man. I was pointing this out earlier. I was like, man, I bet you someone didn't have a stop loss here, and they got long here from this little breakout here. They're like, oh, we're going. Then the Asia market opened and this thing dumped 40 points. Somebody got their butt ripped a new one on this one if they didn't have their stop loss in, because that was almost $4,000 of a dump there. Insane. Silver, it's about $1.50 away from hitting the $100, and it looks like right now it's just priming to go higher. If you Silver likes to do these little breakouts here, and right now you're creating a nice little pullback here for another possible break. All these little lower highs, then I don't know if it's going to wait to the top of the hour. I'm not sure. I don't really watch silver enough, so I couldn't really tell you exactly how the movement works. But from hearing some of the other people talk about it, they said that a lot of times silver likes these little breakouts. It will pull down and everybody forget about it. Yeah, I don't really have any experience with the. So what are we talking about? Is that the order books I see? What do you mean by order books? I'm not sure if I understand what you're asking there, Lou. This is the silver here. This is gold. And this is the NQ. What's up, even? Upside down? I don't have any orders on right now, so we're already kind of done trading at the moment. The order book's on the right. Yeah, I guess I'm not sure what that is. No, I meant the order book's on the right. The level 2 data. Level 2 data on the right. Was that on the Trading View page or the Quantower page? Woo, how well did you do tonight, yo, on your eval? Oh, no, I don't think I have that on this here. If I do, I don't notice it. No, we don't usually send any money or anything. Sorry about that. Yeah, it was some really nice movement tonight, yo. I mean, we had a really nice pullback. You could have definitely got in long down at the bottom down here. So usually don't get a lot of this in the New York session. So it's been a pretty good night trading too. How much did you make on your eval tonight, yo? Oh, look into the... What are you using, Lou? Is that something you use like on Bookmap or something? Just full order books. Yeah, I don't really have any experience with the whole order book. Or like footprint, you mean? Also, like you're looking at footprints where it shows you like the orders inside the leg. Holy goodness. Dude, where were you in? Like 10 minis? Okay, so it does work. Okay, it works the same. 1,010. Whew, that's a lot in the Asia market, man. What do you what is that? At least 50 micros or something? Oh goodness. Yeah, I've tried to look at footprints, but most of the stuff I use is just like I said, we just use a breakout or pattern trading, basically. That support and resistance. I don't know a whole much about. I know like is that also similar to like I hear people talking about using order is it order flow or something like that is what it's called. I don't know if that's the same thing. I know so many people do so much different stuff. I mean, I probably couldn't even begin to tell you like all the different strategies that people are out there using. Yeah, that'd be kind of cool to visit like a trading floor to see that in New York. But I've never been to New York, so and I'm not a fan of going to big cities. I think the one I usually only go through a few big cities a year, and I hate going through big cities with so much traffic. Sometimes, like, goodness, I don't think I can handle living here whenever I'm stuck in traffic. Like, I know anytime I go back to Georgia, it takes me like an hour to get through Atlanta. And it's just like, you're like stuck in traffic forever just to try to get 30 miles. But it's also a long drive too, so it's like a 12-hour drive. Oh, you got too big in gold, 15 on a gold at one time, otherwise 2 or 3, then 3. Okay, I didn't know you were trading the gold over there. I heard people have just been banging on the gold and silver. All right, so this would be your NQ. So right now the NQ is just kind of stuck in this range. We have not left. I mean, ever since the Tokyo session is open, we're just stuck in a 20-point range, guys. Probably right at about 25 points. Gold had a really nice movement, kind of big sell-off here at the opening. You know, maybe if you were lucky enough to be in that nasty 40-point short. Silver had a nice move when the Asia market opened. It looks like it went up, what, $5? But I'm not sure what that regulates into actual trading, like how much money that's worth when trading silver. Like I said, guys, the entry was back down here. So this was probably, if you were looking for a good entry. So we ran the New York PM low, had the nice little wick through, found support. We tested it quite a few times off the 90, had the nice 20, 30 point moved up, then pulled Fibonacci. I pulled Fib looking for a 50 to 60% pullback back into discount. We did take an entry off this on our other account, and then we got long again on this pullback here. So we waited for this pullback, and this candle right in here is where we got long. We had our stop loss sitting at the bottom of this where we were just kind of consolidating sideways, but this little wick candle right here got us. So that's how we got stopped out this evening. Now we're just been kind of just sitting here watching charts with the rest of you guys. So that's where we're at this evening. I wanted to stay on before the what is it, Tokyo, the Tokyo interest rate decisions, but I think Papa said that usually you probably won't get, or is it Papa or one of these others? Was it Papa or Hugo said that we probably won't get a lot of movement out of it. So we're at the bottom of the hour. It's 9:30. So let's see if this new 30-minute candle, new 15-minute candle, new 5-minute candle, and let's see if we'll get some kind of pop here. You are building like a little bull flag here. So if you like the little 3-candle bull flags, for anybody that likes to trade these, it's a very, very weak bull flag because, you know, don't really have a... So you would pull fib from here to there and see what kind of pullback you got on this. Very, very small leg. So not usually ones I care to trade, but you can see what the pullback looks like. We are pulled back into discount if you like to trade like this. So a lot of times you're looking, and that's off the 21 EMA. So let's see if we get a little bit of a little pop here. We'll take this off so it doesn't look messy for you. So you really can't, if you're going to take breakout, so basically what you have to do is you got to wait for this to kind of get a little bit of green, and you want to see it pop the candle that it's next to. So you want to see it pop the 80s. Maybe look for like a little 10-point trade or something. Let's take this off. Oh, you're thinking we're kind of approaching. You live in the bush. I don't get me wrong, Papa. I do live in a city. I just live in a I guess I want to say I'm not. I guess you would say not a small city, but not a large city. So I think there's probably 40 to 50,000 people here where I live, which has grown a lot. I feel like our city is where I live has gotten overpopulated. Like, so basically the city I live in got overpopulated because of Walmart. So Walmart made everybody move here. And now our city can't handle all the people moving here. And now our infrastructure's not large enough. So now they had to put a stop on building homes and all that stuff. So you can't even build a house here. So you're pretty much, if you can't find a house that's already built, or they're building apartments all around outside the city limits, but you stuck just kind of go get an apartment if you can't find a house. Yeah, I guess Walmart decided to build a city, so I don't know if you've ever looked that into. Have you ever looked that up online, Papa? Walmart. Oh, you guys don't have Walmarts? I thought there were Walmarts in Canada. I could be wrong. I don't even know. I didn't know. I've never been to Canada, so I didn't know if Walmart was in Canada. Which I guess if you say you live way out in the middle of the nowhere, so you probably go to more like smaller grocery store. Yeah, the big stores. Yeah, so where I live, Walmart built a city. So Walmart has their own city now. Well, they call it their campus, but that damn thing's a city. It's a city inside of a city, I guess. Every time I hear about people complaining about Walmart prices, it's like, yeah, you know where all that money went. They just spent, I want to say they spent 30 to 40 billion dollars to build a city. Just look up Walmart campus. And so that's where we ended up having a bunch of people move here because Walmart closed all their places around the United States and basically gave everybody ultimatums to move here. So they're pretty much forced people to come here unless they lose their jobs. So kind of like a lot of places are doing these days. It seems like a lot more people are consolidating with their companies. Well, hopefully no one in here is stuck in a trade, guys, because that would suck to be stuck in a trade at the moment. Because like I said, this thing has not moved. This thing's only in a 20-point range since the Tokyo market opened. So I'm trying to hang on till 10 o'clock here, guys, so we can see what little movement that the Tokyo, or not Tokyo, but Japan interest rate decision brings. Oh, nice. Yeah, Canada, they probably got a lot of like uninhabited land up there, don't they? Where, a lot of forestry. Yeah, I know I mean, we don't have a ton. I know we have a lot of federal land here in my state where the federal owns a lot of the woods. There's a lot of like national parks here in Arkansas. So, yeah, the only thing I like to do as far as going out is we have like nice four-wheeler trails and stuff that I like to ride on. Uh, I don't really trade real my money. I use these are all just prop firms accounts. So all my funded accounts are prop firms. So basically what it is, I invest a little and I'm looking to get to a goal to hopefully pull money out. In this way, I wouldn't even recommend someone trading their own money unless they've been trading for probably, and by then you're not looking for no advice from me. But if you're brand new to trading, I'd be scared to be doing real money in the stock market unless you're super experienced at trading the stock market, because you can lose all your money so quick. I'd rather just stick to prop firms. That way I have a set amount that's on the table. I can't lose any more than that. So Papa, he's been doing it for 5 years. Yeah, I mean, if you've been doing it a while and you're comfortable with your strategy, go for it. But if you're new to it, I would definitely just, maybe invest in some prop firms. You can get a little prop firm eval to practice for like $20. And this way you're not wasting a lot of your money to learn to trade. Try to do it as cheap as possible. Whew. Okay, see, I don't know a lot about options. Yeah, see, kind of what Papa was saying, where no, for 20 years you need to trade for fun. Well, that's why I was suggesting the prop firms. $20. You get your data, and I only say that way he gets free data. So most prop firms give you that data with your account. Whew. I can't imagine losing $20,000 in the stock market. That's a lot of money. I would only ever put that kind of money in a stock market if I had $20,000. If I could care less if I lost $20,000. That sucks. Man. All right. Finally getting a little bit of pullback. We got 20 minutes left. Unfortunately, I'm hoping we're building up a nice little 5-minute little trend line here. And then when we get that news here at the 9 o'clock, we can pop. You lost 50K 15 years ago. So was that right after that was shortly after the recession, right? Or was that trading losing 50, or was just 50,000 in the market? You just got diagnosed with ADHD. Holy crap. And a dopamine of the trading is insane. Yeah, the worst about that, man, you get that revenge trading going on. That'll take you out in no time if you're revenge trading there. I want to say all the different, to me, sometimes I don't feel like the trading's the hard part. I feel like the hard part sometimes is yourself, where you have to get past all the emotional trading, the revenge trading, I got to make a bunch of money right now trading, all the different the different stuff that you have to like get done with yourself to become successful at trading. I swear that's harder than actual trading sometimes. It says I do have that. Oh, goodness. Like recently, I have just gotten comfortable where I just trade my funded accounts all the time. I used to with struggle just trading straight funded. So like I'd be super nervous or uncomfortable trading, even though I know that I feel like the market's going in this direction, and it would just be so rough. But I just know you just got to do it over and over. It took me 5K to understand that. It took, whew, holy goodness. So like the beginning of this year, I pretty much did away with mostly all of my eval tradings and strictly trade funded accounts only. So every day during the New York session, we're trading funded accounts, individual trades. So like today, we really only had 2 trades that, all right, I feel like we're going up. And the third trade that we got ourselves into, we ended up paper handing it. Unfortunately, it did go up 80 points, but we paper handed it. It was pretty much a similar move like this right here, but it was this move right here. So this move here, I paper handed it. So basically, so this right here, if you were on my ninja charts, this is the print of a new 4-hour candle. The other 4-hour candle was sitting here, so we ran the low of that previous 4-hour candle. So we started pushing back up. We pulled the fib. We had a pullback right into the whole numbers. So I ended up going to break even too fast, and so we missed out on this trade this morning. So this is the trade we kind of paper handed this morning. We paper handed this one this morning. So nice pullback, about 50% of the leg. Not quite back into the discount, but far enough. And we got long around the 25s. And this candle right here just would not get going for some reason. It just kept wicking back, just up, down, up, down, up, down, just kind of stuck here. And the time I got stopped out, because I hit my first target of 10 points. So we got the first 10 points, but then the next one, I went close to break even. Instead of leaving my stop loss here where it needed to be, I moved it up, got stopped out, and unfortunately it went. So this was the one trade that we missed out on this morning. Then this was the one that we took for our biggest points this morning. We got short at 71. So what that was the break of a 1-hour candle here where all these wicks are at. Excuse me, my nose keeps itching. And so we got short here, and I was short all the way below 53. That was the previous day high. So we got a nice little boner candle to the downside. So that was probably the trade that we made the most on here this morning. Come on, mouse. It says, isn't exhausting looking at the charts like that. Is it exhausting looking at the charts? No. Usually when they're slow like this, yes, but I like watching the charts when it's a little bit more busier. What do you mean like this, like the candles and stuff? Or I don't know if I quite understand the question there. It says, isn't it exhausting looking at the charts like that, predicting the next steps? Oh, trying to predict the next steps. I just look for that same. I just look for the same pattern that, like I said, I like to do patterns with breakout trading a lot of times. So make a low, push back up, have a pullback with the fibs, as long as it doesn't, look for that where it kind of pulls back into the discount. So I just try to look for that same pattern or level base. I'm not really sure about the big funding markets. I don't usually do like big funding accounts. Most of all my accounts are fairly small. So I'm just trading like, even though they say 25K and 50K, really they're only $1,500. So I only get that, and the 50Ks are what, 2,500 or 3,500. So nowhere near what they're saying here. All right, guys, so we got 10 minutes left before the... Are you talking about it's way too hard to pass in the eval test? Oh, looking at where it could be going like later down the road. So you do a lot more like swing trading, Papa? So we have a 3-star news. Oh, the funded challenges they're tough to pass. That's all I've been trading lately since the first of the year started. So I've tried to quit trading evals. So we have 7 funded accounts that we're cycling through when we're trading. See, trading prop firms don't allow me. I've only know of one prop firm that'll allow you to do swing trading. The rest of them, you got to have your trades, you only got that 23-hour window to trade in. So from 6 p.m. to 4, or 6 p.m. to, wait, yeah, is that right? Yeah, 6 p.m. to 4 p.m. the next day. If you're going to do the 25Ks, I'd probably recommend only trading a few micros at a time if it's on your funded. Because if you go to minis on those 25Ks, man, you got to think $1,500, that's only like 50 points. So you can get ripped 50 points out of nowhere for the 25Ks. So with 25Ks, I strictly stick to less than 5 micros. I never go over 5 micros. And especially on the funded accounts. You see 15 to 20K and I'm out. And that's nice. No, Michael, we don't ever trade any 150Ks. All of my funded accounts we have 350. I want to say we have 350Ks and 4 25Ks. Bulinox has all the 50Ks and Apex has the 25. Whew. Yeah, so I've never done any kind of swing trading stuff either. So that means you're trading off like the 4-hour or the daily, or see, I'm not even sure what people use to trade swing trade whenever they're looking for long terms. You struggle to pass the 150s. I've never really looked into seeing how much the 150s cost. So, all right, we got 9 minutes left before our 3-star news. I don't think I've ever seen 3-star news in the Asia market, so I'm kind of excited to see what happens. But Hugo said we probably won't get too much volume. Yeah, see, I've never used the 150Ks, Michael, so I couldn't tell you. I mean, what do you got to make, like $6,000 for the 150Ks? 9,000. Holy crap. Whew. Yeah, see, I've never done the swing trading, but it's very boring. I don't know if I'd care about the boring if you're able to, if you're able to make that kind of money swing trading. Find your trade, put it on, walk away. Kind of like what Papa said, you come back, monitor it, see where it's at. Better way to learn to control your emotions. I don't know if I have any swing trading in my, quite near future. Just try to get good at one thing. What do we think, guys? We're going to go straight up whenever this news comes out. I'm kind of building all this little 5-minute trend line here. We're just going to pop. Okay, so you said swing trading is a lot more very stable. So what do you who do you swing trade with? Are you looking for stocks, or do you do like futures, or who do you build your account with? Is that how y'all do the swing trading? Y'all look for certain accounts that you know that's probably in a deep pullback or back into premium or discount to go long or short, whatever you're doing. Oh, goodness. I can't stop yawning. All right, guys, 5 more minutes. So after that, we're going to probably call it a night. Like I said, I'm not going to take any more trades tonight. We're just going to keep the profit we have and walk away. Go long and see what runs. I'm going to pass on that one, Papa. Oh, goodness. That's pretty good. Just go long. Do it. All right, less than 5 minutes to go before Japan's interest rate decisions. So, like I said, thank you for the follow, Gene. I don't think I've ever been on here. What's up, Austin? How are you doing? You're scared. No, I have no reason to enter anymore. So we already made our profit for the night. So there's no reason to put any more risk on the table just to make a few more dollars. To me, I feel like if you can get one trade in this session, you're good, because this session is so slow that I don't do that great with scalping small range. So I was happy to get my 20 something points tonight. It wasn't the 40 or 50 that I was hoping for. All right, guys. So just so you're aware that we're about to have 3-star news in 3 minutes. And so that's the Japan's interest rate decision. So I've never really been on here for interest rate decisions, so I couldn't tell you what kind of movement that offers. It could just offer nothing. It could just be a straight dud. I want to say I've seen several stories where they said that Japan's bond market's been hurting. I want to say a few years back, that's what Japan cost us to have a big dump a few years back. I don't know if y'all remember that. This was probably a year or two ago. I remember that we had a big dump because of Japan. They were selling a lot of U.S. bonds because their market was their currency was crashing, I think, is what it was. If I'm not mistaken. You think Japan will do the same today? Okay, so they reopen. Now, is that the same power plant that got destroyed by the tsunami years ago? Same effing one. Okay. I didn't know the name of it, so I wasn't sure. I just remember that being a fairly big story back then when they had that tsunami and that thing got taken out because they were worried about those conductors overheating. That's about the only thing I remember from that. Was how they were going to keep those things cool from having like a, nuclear meltdown. All right, guys, less than 1 minute. So after this news release, we're probably going to call it a night. So we'd have been on here for 2 hours. So we got our trade in tonight. It was kind of early, unfortunately. So usually we're in here at 5 o'clock sometimes waiting to see if we get some kind of nice little setup here. So this is usually something like what we look for in the evening, but you don't always get it. Either that or we look for like a support level below or above the PM, New York PM low or high. And this is where this was. So this was the low PM session here. Hugo said it's probably going to be a dud though. So it could just be a little 5-point bump here. Not even that, guys. Oh, come on, Japan. Come on. I was really hoping for the good stuff here. I was really hoping for like at least give us like 10 points or something. Come on. They put a 3-star on that and all we got was like a half a point. And that was pretty disappointing. I was expecting something a little bit more exciting there. All right, guys. So that means we'll just have to wait in the morning. We'll be back in the morning for the New York session. We do have 3-star news in the morning, so hopefully the market will be some nice movement tomorrow morning. So good luck the rest of the night if you're going to trade. To me, if I was able to stay awake, I would probably be long bias if we can get above 715 here. You want to see us print above all this consolidation, then kind of pull back and retest for long for anybody looking for possible long today. But you know how it is in the Asia market. This stuff can just be sitting here for hours. Woohoo, here comes the break. that little trend line 5-minute break. That's usually pretty good here in the Asia market for some reason. Let's see, thank you for watching. All right, thank you guys for watching tonight. Thank you guys for the likes and subscribes that you gave tonight. And we will be back for the New York session in the morning. So thank you guys. Thank you.